Yo. So I want to make this video for people who considering this. And I'm gonna give my experience on this. I'm gonna just start off the video just straight out saying, man, like, leave, go, leave your hometown. The research is out there. It's all out there. We see it. All you got to do is do a quick Google search. If you're ambitious, you're thinking about expanding, you crave more, environment is everything. You got to move. And see, me, I've left several times, right? I've lived on the East Coast. I've lived on the West Coast. I lived down south. The only problem was when I moved and did all that, some of them was in my youth. So, it was a product of what my mom was doing. And then some of them was in my late teens, like after 18 to 21. And the problem with when I moved was my mindset wasn't different, right? And so I moved to Arizona and Atlanta, which one on the East Coast, one on the West Coast, right? I moved to both of those places with a plan, with a vision, right? But the problem was my mentality had not yet changed. And that's the second key. Your mentality has to change, because you can move the location, but you take you wherever you go. And so when I went to Arizona and Atlanta, I did the same thing that I was doing in Michigan. I found a Bacardi, I found a Black and Milds, I found the dice, I found the girls, and I found the fighting. Love to fight. Me and my cousins love to fight. Win, lose, or draw. We want to throw something. We want to fight. We get drunk. We want to fight. I work little jobs, but I went out there with the plan to learn all these skills and do all this stuff. But nevertheless, I'm back in my hometown. So I lived in a city about 2.5 hours, 3 hours away from my hometown for 3 years straight by myself. And I lived in that hometown before a couple times, right? And every time I did that, I grew. Something additional was added to my character, to my growth. I conquered something, some type of skill, right? And every time I returned, some of that dwindled. And I got back into a lower place. And then people will say, well, why you return? Why did you return? Well, family, kids, right? Wanting to do what appeared right on paper, or what appeared right instantly, or would change what was going on instantly, but not long term. And this is why I hate my hometown. I hate my hometown because your hometown wants to confine you to a box, right? Right? You got people in your hometown talking about something you did when you was 19, right? And we know with black people, respectfully, and maybe this may be true for other races, but we know with black people, we age backwardsly, right? We start doing what we're supposed to do later in life, and we be doing grown stuff earlier in life a lot of times. Also, a lot of us don't even be having common sense at age 19 or 18 and 16. So to hold somebody to that mindset that they had when they was 18, 19 is just diabolical. It's crazy. But that's what your home trying to do. Whether it's you was a thought, male thought, woman thought, whatever. Whether you was abusive, whatever you was getting into. You was a street dude. You was like for instance, for me, in high school, I don't even know why I went to high school. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, because I never did no work. I came to school, I got girls, and I skipped with them to get me some yams. I got into a couple fights. I rapped at the lunch table. I made jokes in class, and that was it. So most people in high school, they think that I'm like that. They assume that I'm like that. When today, I'm reading books all the time. I'm disciplined. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm nothing like that person, right? But your hometown will confine you to what you once was, right? Another thing, your hometown will keep that vision that you have small and complacent, right? Because people who are close to you don't see inspiration. They see competition. Whether they love you or not, they don't see inspiration. They see competition. That's why I'll use this as an example. When I first started doing calisthenics, I'm gonna keep it 100, and I had to move to a different city for me to even start doing calisthenics. But I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I didn't even believe I could do a handstand. I didn't even believe it, especially given the fact that I started doing calisthenics over 200 pounds at 5'7". And it wasn't 200 pounds of no muscle, it was 200 pounds of fat. But when I told my folks that's what I was trying to do, they said, you ain't gonna be able to do no handstand, right? But the minute I was able to do the handstand, they went on IG and told me, look at all these guys. They were so inspired by all these other guys that could do handstands. But you looking at your family, who you know what he been through, you know where he come from, you know the struggles that he faced, you know the trauma and challenges that he faced and what he going through to get there. But it's your cousin, it's your family. So it's competition. It's saying something about, even though it ain't, because we backwards. We look at what somebody do and say, oh, this is a reflection of what I ain't doing or can't do. When really, if you looking at people who from where you from, that's a reflection of what you can do, not what you can't do. It should be a reflection of what you can do. Because if this dirt ball, right, just putting it into context, this dirt ball can do something, why you can't do something? Ain't nobody on this earth so magical and special. This is a series of choices. Yes, genetics play a role, but there's different things. Tall people, they got things that tall people do. Short people, they got things that short people do. Everybody got something that they can do. And if you want to be an outlier and you want to be a short dude that want to dunk on everybody, hey, then that's what you need to go do. If you want to be a tall 6'5" dude that want to be doing handstands and planches, then by any means go and do it. But the point I'm making is that your hometown, they don't see inspiration. Your hometown, they see competition. Your hometown see all your flaws and all your failures. They don't want to help you excel. They want to keep you where you was. Even if it's not super malicious. It's just what they know. I'm drinking right now. I'm trying to escape. This is what we've been doing our whole life. I want my friend back. So I need you to drink to escape so that we can share this misery together. But at a certain point in your life, you may just not want that no more. You just may want better. You just may want to do better. You want to have better. You want to feel better. You want to live better. And your hometown is one of the biggest ops that you'll ever have, because they know all your cricks and crannies. You know all your little shortcomings. You know all your little triggers. You know where the booty at, where this at, where the drugs at, where the failure at, where this happened at high school. You got jumped over here. You almost got shot over here. Whatever you got going on, right? Your hometown know all that. It know you like the back of his hand. You gotta go. You have to leave. And so me, I'm in my hometown right now. And I would have left after the first month or so that I got back here. But I signed a lease to an apartment. So I have to thug it out until the 12 months is over. But one thing I will say is that after this run, my hometown won't be seeing me again. Not unless it's for a visit. Because if you want to be successful, statistically, there's a small minority. We don't go off minorities, meaning we go off majorities. The majority of people who wanted to change their lives, the majority, maybe 30 to 40% of people was able to do this. The majority of people had to leave their comfort zone, because comfort creates complacency. Complacency can create failure or dullness or stuckness. So I'm leaving my hometown for good. Not for 2 years, not for 1 year, not to try it out, but to become the best version of myself. The version, all of the things that I've accomplished, most of them I've accomplished them outside of my hometown. When I wrote my first book and published my first book, it was outside of my hometown. My second book that I published, right, the majority of it was written outside of my hometown. But even for me, even to allow myself, my second book particularly, to be that vulnerable to go back to writing poetry, I couldn't do that in my hometown. Maybe you can, but I couldn't. I wasn't bold enough to be honest with the man I was becoming in my hometown. So leave your hometown, man. Salute to everybody out there gaining peace.